Hi everyone! Today I am going to teach you how to use the index match nested formula to create a two-variable lookup function in Excel. This nested formula is extremely helpful when looking up resource bill and/or rate information from a multi-year rate card for pricing and forecasting activities. Let's first cover the purpose of the two formulas individually. The index formula allows you to return the entry in any row and column within an array of numbers. In simplistic terms, the array is the actual set of data within the table that you wish to use for the lookup function. The most commonly used syntax for the index function is index, open parentheses, array, comma, row number, comma, column number, close parentheses. When used independent of the match function, you could manually enter the specific row number and column number for the information you would like the array to return. Now let's practice using the index function. In my example, I have a rate card for 5 people: Joe, Bob, Christine, Adhere, and Tina, for 5 months, January through May. I want to use the index function to determine Bob's rate in March. Using the normal syntax for the index function, I am first going to enter my array, i.e. dataset, which is highlighted in gray background color in cell C11 to cell G15. Now I am going to manually enter the row number. Bob is listed in the second row of the table, so I'll enter 2. Finally, I am going to enter the column number. March is the 3rd month in the dataset, so I'll enter the number 3. My final formula will be equals index, open parentheses, C11 to G15, comma 2, comma 3, which returns the Bob's March rate of $303.40. Let's say that I have to do this lookup for multiple people across multiple months, and it doesn't make sense to have to manually enter the row number and column number for each formula. I can use the match function to nest within the index syntax to do the work for me. This way I can avoid having to enter the row number and column number for each cell. The match function searches for a value in a one-dimensional array and returns the relative position of that item. The normal syntax for the match function is equals match, open parentheses, lookup value, comma, lookup array, comma, match, close parentheses. Let's practice using the match function now. In my example, I want to use the same rate card from my previous example, and I want to find the relative position of my lookup value in my Excel worksheet. Using the normal syntax for the match function, I am first going to identify my lookup value, which is located in cell B4 and is Bob's first name. Then I am going to identify my lookup range, which is the range of cells where my lookup value is found, and of which I want to identify the relative position in the Excel worksheet. The lookup range is highlighted in green background color from cell B11 to B15. Then I am going to identify my match type. I will select 0 because I want Excel to find the exact match of my lookup value in my lookup range. My final formula will be equals match, open parentheses, B4, comma, B11 to B15, comma, 0, close parentheses. As you can see, the relative position of Bob's name in the table is 2, which means it's the second row in the data set. I can run the exact same match function, but instead of looking up Bob's name in the rows, I can look up the month of March in the columns to find the relative position. My lookup value will be MAR and is found in cell B5. My lookup range will be the column headers for my table. highlighted in blue background color, and found in cell C10 through cell G10. My match type will be 0 because I want an exact match. My final formula will be equals match, open parentheses, B5, comma, C10 through G10, comma, 0, close parentheses. As you can see, the relative position of the month of March in the table is 3, which means it's the third column in the data set. Now, using the logic from both the index function and the match function, I am going to nest the formulas together to find Bob's rate in March. To build my nested formula, I am going to start with the index function. Using the normal syntax for the index function, I am going to identify my array. This is my data set highlighted in gray background color located in cell C11 through cell G15. Next, I am going to identify my row number. To do this, I am going to use my match function to return the row number of Bob's name in the table. To start my match function, I am going to identify my lookup value. This is Bob's name and is located in cell B5. Then I will identify my lookup range for my match function. This is the name headers of my table, highlighted in green background and located in cell B11 through B15. Finally, I will identify my match type. I will select 0 because I want the exact match of my lookup value in my lookup range. This will complete my match formula to look up the row number for my index function. The next step in the index function is to identify the column number. To do this, I will use my match function again to return the column number of March in the table. To start my second match function, I am going to identify my lookup value. This is the month identifier that is located in cell C4. Now, I will identify my lookup range for my match function. This is the month headers of my table, highlighted in blue background color and located in cell C10 through cell G10. Finally, I will identify my match type. Again, I select 0 because I want the exact match of my lookup value in my lookup range. This will complete the match formula to look up the column number for my index function. Combining all 3 steps, my final formula for my nested index match function will be equals index, open parentheses, C11 through G15, comma, match, open parentheses, B5, comma, B11 through B15, comma, 0, close parentheses, comma, match, open parentheses, C4, comma, C10 through G10, comma, 0, close parentheses, close parentheses. This will return Bob's March rate of $303.40, which is the same answer that I got in the first example, but we didn't have to manually enter the row number or the column number. Important thing to keep in mind when using this formula in the future. Make sure to use absolute references for your array data in the index function and the lookup value and lookup ranges in the match functions. If you don't, your lookup functions may be incorrect when copying the formula to other cells.